ASMR Retro VHS collection video. This is Unlucky 13. So we'll just jump right into it today. The first VHS movie is Mission Impossible. Starring Tom Cruise. Based on how big they wrote his name, you'd think the movie was called Tom Cruise. Let's see what this is about. A thrill machine that won't quit. Tom Cruise ignites the screen in this runaway smash hit that holds you on the edge of your seat before blasting you out of it. Cruise stars as Ethan Hunt, a secret agent framed for the deaths of his espionage team. Fleeing from government assassins breaking into the CIA's most impenetrable vault, clinging to the roof of a speeding bullet train onto races like a burning fuse to stay one step ahead of his pursuers and draw one step closer to discovering the shocking truth. Your mission, should you decide to accept it, hang on for the wildest ride of the year. I was never a big fan of the first Mission Impossible movie. For some reason I couldn't get into it, although I do recognize it as a quality movie, but I like the sequels a lot better. What do you think? And by the way, feel free to give me any opinions you may have of any of these movies in the comments. I'd like to see them. Okay, up next. This is Spinal Tap. Spinal Tap. Spinal Tap. Spinal Tap. S P I N double dot thingies. E L T A P. The original rockumentary created by Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, Rob Reiner, Harry Shearer. The funniest movie ever made about rock and roll, a witty, mischievous satire. What does that say? Plus, this cassette contains the latest hit video from the album Break Like the Wind. So this is a mockumentary about the fictional rock band, and you'd be surprised how many people think this is a real band and this is a real documentary. Actually, for years before I saw the movie, I heard of Spinal Tap. Oddly enough, I think I was introduced to them from the Simpsons because they were on an episode. But I always thought they were a real band. But then when I saw the movie, I actually realized they weren't. It wasn't real. This is definitely one of my favorite movies. Really funny. I highly suggest you check it out. It does really feel like a documentary, but it's about this band that's kind of, I don't know, it's really hard to explain, but they're kind of, I guess they're kind of dumb, and they just take themselves way too seriously. Anyways, I don't really know how to explain it, but definitely check it out. But maybe the back of the box could do a better job explaining. Master comedy director Rob Reiner, Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, takes you on the infamous U.S. tour of Britain's loudest heavy metal band, Spinal Tap. In this hilarious behind-the-scenes mock rockumentary that launched the careers of co-creators Harry Shearer, Christopher Guest, and Michael McKean. Oh, these are the actual actors who played the different musicians in the band. You'll see it all: sex, drugs, and spontaneously combusting drummers. That's right. They do this running joke where the drummer keeps dying, so they keep getting a new drummer. Whether they're lost under a stage or dwarves are trampling their 18-inch Stonehenge set piece, the show must go on, and it must be very, very loud. After all, they are Spinal Tap. Plus, this video contains their monster hit from the new album, Break Like the Wind, and the classic hit videos, Hellhole and Heavy Metal Memories. And the songs that they play in the movie are actually pretty good, and apparently the actors actually wrote the songs and performed the songs, so that's pretty cool. I even have a Spinal Tap album, which is awesome, but I'll talk about that another day. Okay, here we have another comedy. It is Kingpin, K, Bowling Pin, N, G, B, Bowling Pin, N. From the Idiots, What Brung You, Dumb and Dumber, Woody Harrelson, Randy Quaid, Vanessa Angel. 2 thumbs up, way up. Siskel and Ebert. Wow, I'm surprised Siskel and Ebert gave this 2 thumbs up. I mean, I love this movie, but it doesn't seem like a type of movie that Siskel and Ebert will like. Easily the funniest movie so far this year. The guys who brought you Dumb and Dumber strike again with a gut-busting force that's just too funny. Woody Harrelson, Randy Quaid, and Vanessa Angel come up with winners in this riotous joke-a-second comedy with plenty of balls. Get it? Get it? Harrelson stars as Roy Munson, a pro bowler who seems destined for greatness, or as close to greatness as a bowler can get. But after a run-in with angry competitors, Ray finds himself sadder, wiser, and minus his bowling hand. Years later, he thinks he's found his ticket back to the big time, when he meets the naive Ishmael Quaid, an Amish bowling whiz. Together they set out for $1 million tournament in Reno, and along the way pick up Claudia, a sexy vixen that with brains, attitude, and really big ideas. Get it? Get it? With her help, they make it to the tournament, but will Roy and Ishmael win the big match and score fame and fortune, or will all of their hopes and dreams go barreling down the gutter? It's an explosively funny comedy that aims high and low for its non-stop laughs. Kingpin is simply uproarious. Good for a slew of hearty guffaws. Guffaws. I don't know what the heck that is. So yeah, this is a pretty funny movie. It's one of those movies I saw many times when I was younger, but I don't really remember too much of it. But I like the idea that these characters took bowling super seriously, and they had the showmanship, and they really it felt like they're actual bowling superstars, even though I don't think there's such a thing. Kind of like a little bit more recent movie. I mean, it's not really recent, but it came out after this. I think it was Dodgeball. It had kind of a similar feel in that way. Okay, next up is Flirting with Disaster. Up. Again, a 2 thumbs up movie by Siskel and Ebert. So, I haven't seen this, but apparently a million people star in it. So it's Ben Stiller, Patricia Arquette, Tia Leone, Alan Alda, Mary Tyler Moore, George Segal, and Lily Tomlin. This sexy all-star comedy was cheered by critics and audiences nationwide. In a quest to find his biological parents, Mel Coplin, joined by his wife and a sexy adoption counselor, embarks on a cross-country search for his roots. Yet, as he careens from one outrageous situation to another, Mel finds himself tempted by the seductive counselor, even as his wife starts a flirtation of her own. By the time they meet up with his free-spirited birth parents, the whole situation is spinning hysterically out of control. Also starring Mary Tyler Moore, Alan Alda, and Lily Tomlin, this hilarious hit will entertain everyone. Approximately 1 hour and 32 minutes. Hilarious, a must see. There's a lot of comedies in this batch, folks. This is the Flintstones live action movie. F L I N D S T O N E S. Flintstones. Yeah, but Tabba 2. famous as Barney. Is that, what was her name again? Yeah, that's Betty, and that's Rosie O'Donnell, and Elizabeth Perkins, I'm not sure who that is, as Wilma. And I thought that was one of the Olsen twins, but I don't think it is. I saw this movie, it was okay for what it is, but I was never a big Flintstones fan, even though I watched it as a kid, but I don't know. It was alright. But let's see what the back of the box has to say. I'm sure it'll say that it was the best movie ever made. The Flintstones is fun. Okay, that's good. Prehistorical, hysterical, great fun. Did you ever wish your pals Fred and Barney could pop out of their cartoons and come to life? Not really. Just shout yabba dabba doo, and your wish is granted. What is granite? Granite. Clever. Amblin Entertainment and Universal Pictures team up with a director of Beethoven to bring you this hit live-action motion picture about modern Stone Age family. John Goodman stars as Bedrock's loudest, most lovable resident, and Rick Moranis is his bosom buddy, Barney Rubble. Together with wives Wilma and Betty, they're the coolest thing since the Ice Age. But look out, there's something rotten in the town of Bedrock. Scheming Cliff Vander Cave and his accomplice, the slinky Miss Stone. Oh, that was played by Halle Berry, that's right. Halle Berry's in this movie. Okay, where was I? Halle Berry planned to steal a fortune from a Slate and Co. or from Slate and Co. But they need a stooge, Fred, to take the rap. A sudden promotion, part of the Bear's evil plot, lands Fred in the executive suite, and he and Wilma take the snooty lifestyle of the rich and prehistoric. Man, make this rating small. Meanwhile, Barney's luck takes a drastic turn for the worse. Will success spoil the Flintstones? Will their friendship with the Rubbles be destroyed forever? Will the greedy Vanderkeer have the last laugh? Overflowing with dazzling special effects, non-stop fun, and music from the BC-52s instead of B-52s. I get it. The Flintstones feature a special appearance of Elizabeth Taylor as Fred's mother-in-law, Pearl Schleichhubel. It's a rock-solid entertainment. Our brontosaurus-sized something got covered by the sticker. It's 1 hour and 31 minutes. That was a well-written description, but I wonder, like, nobody reads this when they're gonna go buy a movie. Like, they just look at the back, see who's in it. Maybe read one or two of these little quotes, and that's it. Like, nobody reads this. I can almost guarantee you that. Well, I never read that stuff, so. And if I never do it, that means everyone else doesn't do it either. That's my logic. Okay, a stand-up act. That was just a bit too wacky and random for me. But yeah, I like his movies, really funny and good actor. You know, he can play serious roles very well. So, recorded and broadcast live from New York City's Broadway Theater at the culmination of his historic 2002 sold-out tour, Robin Williams Live on Broadway finds the Oscar-winning actor, writer, comedian returning after 16 years to his stand-up roots to deliver what the Washington Post calls his madcap way. In its madcap way, a seminal cultural event. Sorry, I can't read today. Or any day. A report on the planet and a report from the planet for those watching from outer space. This video puts you front row at the comedy event where Williams pranced, flounced, minced, bounced, zigzagged, hip-hopped, whirled and twirled, talking non-stop about everything from surgically enhanced breasts to the great anthrax scare. Live on Broadway captures the manic comedy energy of Robin Williams in full hurricane force, as first seen on HBO. The crew. T H E C R E sideways W. The crew. It's Goodfellas meets Grumpy Old Men. Burt Reynolds, Seymour Castle, Richard Dreyfuss, Dan Hedaya. I haven't seen this one, but the cover reminds me of the Blues Brothers. So let's find out something about it. Loaded with laughs, the crew features Academy Award winner Richard Dreyfuss and Burt Reynolds in a side-splitting story about a set of Golden Year Goodfellas fighting to protect their last piece of turf. Back in the day when mobsters were larger than life, none lived bigger than Bobby Bats the Brick and Mouth. But now, well into retirement, the old crew finds themselves finally facing eviction from their run-down Miami Beach hotel, the Raj Mahal. That's when they decide there's only one thing left to do: turn back the clock and pull one last hit in order to save their home. As their wacky plot unfolds, you'll happily laugh along when these grandfatherly gangsters set off a hilarious chain of events that quickly spins outrageously out of control. Sounds decent enough. Where'd this come from? Sorry about that. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. Okay. And this movie here is Duets. And they covered half of the title with the stupid sticker. Stupid. starring 5,000 people. Maria Bello, Andre Brewer, Paul Giamatti, Huey Lewis, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Scott. I can't read the last name. Whatever his name is. Reedman, I think. I don't know. 2 thumbs up. Ebert and Roper. Another 2 thumbs film. Academy Award winner Gwyneth Paltrow and Scott Speedman, that's what it was. Scott Speedman, are part of the stellar ensemble cast in a hilariously offbeat comedy. The lives of 6 strangers become outrageously intertwined when a riotous road trip culminates at the site of the National Karaoke Championships. Okay, it's about karaoke. As they compete for the $5,000 grand prize, this unlikely group will eventually learn all about each other while discovering answers to the questions about themselves. Also featuring great performances from Maria Bello, Andre Brewer, Paul Giamatti, and Huey Lewis. You'll agree with audiences everywhere who fell in love with this uncommonly entertaining comedy. Non-stop all-star fun. The final movie I'm going to show you is a brilliant piece of cinema. Just a true masterpiece of filmmaking, and I really suggest everyone go see this. Of course, I'm talking about Bean, the Mr. Bean movie. B E A N Bean. Be afraid, be very afraid. Mr. Bean has a passport. The ultimate disaster movie. Rowan Atkinson. I believe I've seen this on TV before, although I'm not sure I made it through the whole thing. I do like Mr. Bean, but in smaller doses. I don't know if I can sit through an hour and a half or whatever of Mr. Bean. But let's check it out. Mr. Bean is taking Hollywood piece by piece. When the Royal National Guard Gallery of London is asked to send their finest scholar to oversee the unveiling of Whistler's Mother in California, they send their most inept and detested employee in a desperate attempt to get him out of their lives. That employee is Mr. Bean, the master of disaster. Within days of his arrival, Mr. Bean destroys virtually everything he comes into contact with, be it the career and marriage of his host or America's greatest painting. Forget volcanoes and alien invasions, or now has a human face. Be afraid. Be very, 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 very afraid. Very, 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 very afraid. Contains footage not seen in theaters. Running time, 85 minutes. It's pretty short.